Hello and welcome to your advanced Java programming course. In this video, we're going to be discussing the dot length method. Now what the dot length method does is return an integer variable. How it gets this variable is the trick. The dot length method tells you the length of a string. So for example, I'll type in a string variable, let's call it word, equals, and let's just say hello, close of semicolon. Now as you can see, the length of this string is 5. There's 5 letters. Now we create our integer variable, let's call it num, type in word, and then of course the dot length method, and brackets, and close of a semicolon. What this will then do is scan the string, in this case hello, and return an integer, the integer being the length of the word. So now let's print out num so we can see if it works correctly. And as you can see, it prints the number 5. So the dot length method works correctly. This can also work with your J option panes. So as you can see, we have our show input dialog giving the user the power now. We now print out the result. So when I run the program, it has an input box which I can now enter in whatever I like. I can enter in a full sentence and I'll measure the characters. So let's try using something basic such as hello again. We get 5, correct. Now let's try using 2 words. So hello, there. Now as you can see, the number of letters in this one is 10, but the number of characters in this one is 11. Now this is the difference between what you might think the dot length method does and what it really does. The dot length method measures the number of characters. As you can see here, it produces the number 11, which is the number of characters in the string that I had before. Let's try using a smaller one, t space t. It should then return 3, and as you can see, it does. The dot length method is perfect for measuring the length of a string, meaning not the length of the letters used, but the length of characters in the string. Okay, this can apply to numbers, this can apply to white space, this can apply to characters and letters. Everything that the string contains will be counted. This method can be used in different ways. For example, you can create a program that only allows the user to enter in 3 characters, such as in an old arcade video game, where you're only allowed to enter in 3 characters as your name. And in the while loop would be the word variable that you used, and while that word is greater than 3. So the loop will keep running until the user enters in a 3 character long string. A perfect example of how the dot length method can be used to check string variables. There are no doubt more applications for this method, but it's very simple, so I don't think you need to do too much practice on it. In the next video, we will discuss the dot compare to method.